Hi guys, this is Gary with Rockin' Farm and Garden. Thanks for joining me today. I am trying to make good of some breaks in between the weather. We're having some thunderstorms and just some light rain, and in between that I'm trying to get some stuff done. So right now I've come out to the front gate and I'm going to plant some blanket flowers. Let me show you what we've got now. So I came out I guess about 2 weeks ago, and I planted up the 30-second pots from, I think I got it at Lowe's, in our trough right here at the front gate. Now we had this for the last couple of years, and I have the, what is it called? The continuous waterer in it, and I have my little water fountain there where I can pour water in it and keep it watered. I added some lemon basil to add some more height to it, and then I added some Mexican petunias and some echinacea, and then of course we had the midnight crape myrtles that I have one there and one over there. They don't get a lot of water out here at the front of the gate because I have to hand carry all the water up here, so they're not very big, but I know their roots have got to be solid because we've been here for 6 years and they've been here 6 years. They're not very tall, but if I somehow got some water out here, that would be great. I also went ahead and added some monkey grass right down here around the bottom. We have some that took a couple of years ago back here behind it, but the front never ever took. But we were lucky that when I did this, it ended up raining the next day, so that helped a lot. And I did the same thing on this side. I added some Mexican petunias, and then I added an echinacea, transplanted it from another flower bed. We have our midnight crape myrtle, and then we have our daylilies, which they're fixing to bloom. I added some more fertilizer to this side, and now I'm just going to add some blanket flower out here because I have some that I started from seeds, and I'm trying to put some stuff out here that is going to be perennial so that I don't have to come back and plant this area, and it'll be used to the water situation out here. Like, they'll be better to take the less watering out here than up at the front of the house. I mowed it last week, and then we've had rain all week, and so it has grown up. I need to mow it again, but that my yucca is blooming, and I got that out of the ditch when we first moved here, and it was one little one about this size right here, and now you can see how big it is, and they have beautiful bloom stalks on there, so they're so beautiful. And then this is a red bud that I planted from the trees that my father got from the Arbor Society, and when I got it, it was probably about 12 inches long with just roots. It had no leaves or anything on it, and it's getting just a little bit of some sort of disease that red buds get. I'll need to come out here and spray it, but in between all of the showers, you can see like I said, I'm doing this in between the showers, so I won't be able to spray this today. So we'll just hopefully let them continue growing, and that one has put on a lot of growth. Then we have our native hawthorn right here. It is not a hybrid, it is a true native from the Arbor Day Society, and so it does have those massive thorns on there, which is okay because this is out here at the front gate. I did get these about 6 years ago when we first moved in. They were supposed to be bare root red honeysuckle from Lowe's. They've been here 6 years, and this is the best they look. However, I don't think these were honeysuckle. I think that they were totally mislabeled because when we walk over to the other side of the driveway, we have the same thing over here. However, after blooming white flowers early spring, they now have these beautiful red berries. And I do not have a clue what this is because it was supposed to be honeysuckle, and I was going to do an espalier here on the fence all the way down this way and all the way down this way. And I had 6 of them, 3 on this side and then 3 on that side. Well, my husband's weed eater kept getting 2 of those. So we have 2 left on this side. So I don't know what those are going to be. Don't have a clue. So we'll just let them continue to grow and see what they turn out to be. As you can see, I didn't mow very well over here. However, I did that because we have a volunteer mullein plant growing right here. This is a herb that helps with respiratory issues. So we have this. They grow every other year and they'll bloom every other year. So we have one there and we have a very large one right over there. And I will just leave these 2 here and we will harvest them at the end of summer, and we will harvest their bloom stalks so that we can start mullein from seed. So I'm excited about that. And another thing we're going to do, and I haven't decided if I want to do it on this side of the fence or if I want to do it back over there somewhere. My mother has a wild rose on her property that I am going to go dig up and just kind of put it on the fence. I'd like to have it on that fence to soften it up. However, you can see the cows are down there. So I'm afraid that the cows will come back and eat it off. However, when we go to this side, we have a black walnut right here. And you can see that sometimes we don't get a lot growing under that, even though it's over in our neighbor's pasture. But we have a lot of the walnut seeds falling off and coming into this area here. So you can see this is a pasture and there's not a lot of weeds. We don't mow this area or at all. So you can see how the black walnut tree affects this area here. So I'm afraid that if I put the strawberry bush up here on this fence, it might get a little bit of an effect from the black walnut tree and not grow. So I'm still trying to decide what I would like to do with that. As you can see some of the walnuts on there now. We do use that for tinctures. Helps with parasites. So if you have a neighbor with a black walnut tree, make sure that the walnuts fall off, but they still have their outside skin on it, and go talk to someone who is an herbalist and they can show you how to do that. No medical advice or anything. I am not telling you what to do medically at all, but I'm just showing you what is available if you just look around. So I don't have my microphone on right now, and I'm not going to do that out here in the land of the driveway, but I'm going to get started on this blanket flower because I have one more that I want to plant up in one of the front flower beds. So let's get started on this. Okay guys, I forgot my tripod, so I've just got you being held up by my my sunglasses, so hopefully that'll work. Just put that there, everybody's already seen it. So I have a bag of my plants and some soil. So these are blanket flowers. So these are blanket flower, and they are a perennial, and they will come back year after year. That's what a perennial is. So that's what I need in this area so that it can start making this area pretty without having to, or needing supplemental water. Trying to figure out what I wanted. I think I might want it right there. Okay. And I like to do this after a rain because it makes the soil out here so much easier to dig in. Any other time, this soil would require a hammer to get in because it's so dry. So I'm just going to make a little hole and get this planted. Like my shorts, my sister and I got these wear the beach to be funny. And I'm wearing them out to do garden work. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put some plant tone in the pocket or in the hole. It's always good to fertilize your flowers, especially if they're not going to be in an area where you fertilize a lot. This area I really do not do anything with. I kind of let it do its own thing. So hopefully this summer, after putting a little bit of effort into it and adding extra perennials, that it will end up growing and looking pretty. I just wanted to have some beautiful stuff at the front of the farm when everybody enters the farm. Okay. I'm not going to worry about watering it in right now because we do have cloudy skies and it's rumbling thunder. So I'm not really worried about that. So we'll just put some black soil on here so that everybody will know that this is a plant and not a weed. I'm excited about that. Woohoo! Very simple, easy. Let's get the other one done and get back to the house. Okay guys, so this is what it looks like. We have our blanket flower planted at the front gate along with our echinacea, Mexican petunia, twilight, crape myrtle, and some daylilies. Let me give you a quick update. We have got the fence almost completed so we can get the grower solution greenhouse up and ready for the rest of the summer season. It's only probably about, I would say, 45 yards from the main gate that we have to finish, and I believe we're going to get that done on Wednesday. So now all the cows will not have access to the driveway or anywhere up to the front gate of the house. So for that quick video, guys, thanks for joining me here at Rockingfarmandgarden, and make what you have beautiful.